Hey guys, okay, I'm gonna tell you a freaking story. So I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw this video of a girl, I don't know if she was faking it, but putting like period blood on her face or whatever and saying like it helps with acne or something. Well, let me tell you guys a fucking story. So my mom apparently when she was younger, she did that when she first got her period, her very first period. My grandma put the period blood on her face and my mom has not gotten acne since. I just found out that my mom did that to me in my sleep. I don't know how she got a hold of my period blood, but she did. And I was telling her, damn mom, you know, good genetics, you know, I didn't get pimples and, you know, I didn't get acne. Thank you, mother. And she's like, because I put period blood on your face. And I said, you fucking what? That shit is real. It's real as fuck.
I was just trying to mind my fucking business and go to the grocery store, and these two men were in the parking lot and they asked me if I wanted to sign their petition to help stop discrimination. So obviously I did. Figured it was for a good cause, and then they started like asking me really personal questions, and one of them started like touching my hair and like trying to touch my neck and like reached down my back, and the other one like started grabbing his crotch right in front of me and was asking for my address and if I wanted to party with them, and started like fondling himself in the middle of the fucking parking lot in front of me. And then he asked me if my boyfriend was black or white, and I said he was white, and they got mad at me. So I put a fake address on the petition and a fake phone number, and I didn't put my real name because I was freaked out. And then they followed me into the store, so I had to go get a fucking worker to walk me to my car. What the fuck?
I just saw some pretty lady at fucking Stop and Shop. She's staring at me and she goes, hey, I think I know you from somewhere. And I look at her, I'm like, I don't think so. And she goes, yeah, I do. You're the father of one of my children. And I go, what? And then I like recollect every fucking memory I ever had in my life. And I was like, oh my God, are you that stripper from that night in Miami 3 years ago? She looks at me and she goes, no, I'm your son's teacher.
I was at the mall, this mall specifically. I'm looking at some really cute shoes, okay? I'm like, hey, what do you think of these shoes, to the girl that's working there? She's like, oh, they're super cute. My boyfriend actually just bought them for me. I own them myself. Do you want to look at them? What's your size? And I'm like, I'm a size 8. And she goes, that's actually my ex-girlfriend's size because I'm bi, by the way. This bitch used my line on me! On me! In person! And then she was like, I was like, are we gonna kiss or what? Fuck the mask.
So my dumbass got drunk and I tripped, of course, and I hit a pole with my face. So just my luck.
Okay, story time. So I work at a jewelry store, and today a man came in looking for a gift for his wife for their 10th year anniversary. He ended up picking out a piece that said, my beautiful wife. And I said, anything else for you today? And he said, no, that's it for her, but I do want to make another purchase using a separate credit card. And could you possibly create a different account for me? And I said, sure, what are you looking for? And he said, do you have anything that says girlfriend? And I said, yes. And he said, perfect, I'll take it. And do you have anything that says happy 1 year anniversary to go with it? And I said, yes. And he said, perfect, I'll take it. So I boxed everything up all nice and I put them in their respected bags. He had me mark a K for Kristen on the bottom of his wife's bag and an L for Laura on the bottom of his girlfriend's bag. I put pretty bows on them. I handed it to him. I said, they're gonna love it. Have a nice day. And he said, thank you. And shit, I just remembered that his wife's name is Laura and his girlfriend's name is Kristen. I must have mixed up the bags. Oops.
I'm sorry, but some of y'all girls need to take a damn Xanax, because I was just like chilling, trying to get some tacos, and I was waiting in line, right? And then like this girl in front of me, she like turns around, so I'm like trying to read her shirt, because I don't know why my brain tells me if I don't read someone's shirt, I'm gonna die. So I'm like trying to read the shirt, and then she starts like snapping. She's like, oh my God, can you please look up here? My hands are up here. So then I was like, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to read your shirt. And then her boyfriend comes up to me, he's like, yeah, bro, you think so? I've heard that excuse so much. Stop trying to check my girl's reacts. And I look at him, I'm like, dude, I'm literally gay. And he's like, yeah, just like that, you don't look gay. And I look at him, I'm like, okay, well, how am I supposed to look gay? He's like, nah, you gay guys always be wearing like the most extra outfits. And I was like, okay, sir, I'm not gonna be debating my gayness with you. If you want me to do that, just bend me over this damn table and I'll show you how gay I am.
Well, you see, my dad went to go get milk when I was 14. And I think he got lost because he never came back. But today he texted me. And he said, JD babe. And I said, hi. And he said, love you. And I said, love you too. And he said, miss you. And I was like, miss you too. He goes, I'm really proud of you. And I said, thanks, Dad. And then he said, do you. And do what makes you happy, baby. Whatever makes you smile. And he asked if he could take me out to dinner on Thursday. And he told me he's clean.
Extremely toxic best friend story time. So when I was in 8th grade, there was this boy. And this boy would go around telling almost every girl that he liked her. And I was one of those girls. And he would do stuff with all of us. And there were like 11 of us. So we all hated each other. Especially this one girl, and we're gonna call her Abby. And every time we saw each other, we would be super mean to each other. Well, a year passed, we stopped talking to this kid, and I bumped into her at homecoming and basically apologized. So after that, we became best friends. And everything was good until every time I told her about a guy, she would start talking to them. Like this one boy that I was Snapchatting and talking to, she accidentally sent nudes to him and said, oh, sorry, I meant to send them to my boyfriend. So then she called one of my other best friends and said, no, it actually wasn't an accident. And of course he told me because he was my best friend. So I was like, whatever, and stopped talking to the boy. And she did it again, like for part 2.
Old people should not be allowed to drive! I almost killed some lady yesterday because she pulled onto the highway. I'm going 60 miles an hour, pulls right in front of me, slam on my brakes, my car slams on my brakes. She continues to go into the right lane. There's a Jeep there. He slams on his brakes. Woman, did you even look? And I pull up next to her, and she's like this. You can't even see over the wheel. Get out of the car!
Okay, so the other day, I was hanging out with this guy I met on Hinge. This is vodka lemonade, by the way. Boink, I'm not driving. I'm going home. I'm at my house, I'm in my driveway. Don't worry about it. I was hanging out with this guy I met on Hinge. And you know what the cool thing about dating people that you don't have any social ties to is that you can just be weird. You can just be yourself. You can just be like, ha! This me, baby! And they have no choice. They picked you! Well, they picked your photos. They didn't really pick you. Anyway. So he smelled a little bit like blueberries, so I was like, you smell like blueberries. You're a little blueberry boy. You're a little baby blueberry berry fruit boy. You're like a little berry boy. And he was like, you smell like spaghetti. You're a little spaghetti girl. You're a little pasta baby tomato town. And I was like, is this love, baby? Is it love? Ooh, child.
A woman was 3 months pregnant when she fell into a deep coma and woke up after 6 months. The woman asked the doctor about her babies. The doctor said, you had twins, a boy and a girl. They're both fine. And your brother named them for you. The woman replies with, no, not my brother. He's an idiot. What did he name the girl? Denise, the doctor says. Oh. Actually, that's not that bad. What about the boy? The nephew.
One time I had to babysit one of my neighbor's kids overnight. We're gonna call the kid Benny. The parents didn't really tell me anything when they left me alone with Benny, but they left me a note and they were like, you can only open it in emergencies. So at this point, I'm alone with Benny. It's like 11 p.m. and I told Benny, I was like, dude, you should like get to bed. It's late. Then Benny starts getting really red and he's like, no, we don't want to sleep alone. Sleep with us, please. I didn't know why Benny said us, but I was like, whatever, okay, like, yeah, I'll sleep in your room, like, it's fine. So fast forward a couple hours, it's like 3 in the morning at this point. This is the best part. Benny starts talking in his sleep and he's like, take her instead. You're not my friend anymore. I am not yours. And I try waking him up and I look at him and his eyes are wide open as he says this stuff. I was freaking out, so I went to go open the note that his parents said was only for emergencies. It just gets better. The note said, we're sorry for not telling you. Run him a cold bath. Call 911 in case anything happens. What the
I will never, and I mean never, forget the time that we had a male sub in high school and a girl asked to go to the restroom and he said, sure. So she grabbed something and he heard a rapper and he was like, oh, if you're gonna eat candy, you can do it in here, but you have to share with everyone in the class. And she was like, what? And he was like, well, I heard the rapper. And she whips out a tampon, shoves it in his face, and she goes, you want to share? Oh, girl, savage.
I swear to God, I'm not letting a girl pick me up ever again. Homegirl from back in the day hits me up saying, hey, it's been a long time, we should catch up. I'm like, yeah, you just want some fucking dick. But of course I didn't say that. I'm like, what are you trying to do? She's like, you want to get some dinner? I'll pay. You'll pay? Free food? That's all you have to say. Bet, I'll pick you up. And she tells me, no. I'll pick you up. Yo. It's going good. It's going good. Fast forward to 7:50. She's in front of my house, calls me, hey, I'm here. I'm like, hey, give me 5 minutes. I'm still trying to get ready, putting some Dior Sauvage on, doing my hair. I feel like a girl. And then I walk towards the car. I shit you not. The bitch goes around and opens the door for me. What? It was kind of emasculating, but I didn't give a fuck. So now we're in the car just chit-chatting when all of a sudden, the bitch reaches over and squeezes my thigh. Starts squeezing my thigh and shit. I'm like, yo, hold it down. I'm not a girl. What are you doing? Treating me like a slut.
So the first time I ever took my makeup off around my boyfriend, I had gone into his bathroom and like washed my face before bed. And I walked back into his room and he kind of looked at me weird and he was like, something looks different. And I was like, oh yeah, like I took my makeup off. And he goes, oh, you don't have eyebrows. And I was like, no, not really, because y'all, I face planted into a glass shower door and it gashed this eyebrow open. So like from here to here, it's just pencil. There's like 4 hairs. You can probably count them. So now every time he gets frustrated or irritated with me and I'm like bothering him, he'll go like this and like stick it because he knows it's all pencil.
All right, greetings, mother truckers. I have a story time. So today
What are you? Get out of my shower. This is my. Are you wearing my shirt? Are you okay?
Okay, story time. Listen to it. It's funny. I don't have much content, but this is good. So, growing up, I looked like this. I was not the best looking kid, and I also was not the most in shape kid, which also meant I had tits, and not the good kind for a guy. I was young, and my best friend was curious about what tits felt like, because we had never been with any girls. So, one day we were swimming, and he got very curious. He said, I want to know what yours feel like, so I know what a girl's will feel like when I'm older. This led to him closing his eyes and putting his hands on my boobs. And honestly, that's the best memory I had of growing up. I was fat enough to improvise for my friend so he could feel my tits and imagine what being with a girl felt like.
You guys know how it's like not really a good look nowadays to put nudes of kids on the internet? Well, I love the start to this video. When I was a little kid, I covered myself with blue paint. I was like a toddler walking age, like just learned to walk. And I found this open paint bucket when my parents were painting the house, and I covered myself with this paint. Head to toe, butt naked, private parts, everything covered with paint. And someone took a photo because they thought it was funny. The paint company got this photo. Thanks, Mom. And they used it for advertising. I swear to God, this is a true story. They put my naked body on the cover of this magazine, and they slapped their logo over my private parts. I already know y'all are going to clown me for saying private parts, because I've done it in a video before, and everyone made fun of me. They covered my junk up with their logo, and they said, Paint Company XYZ. Covers all surfaces. I swear to God, this is a true story. I have this magazine still, and I will show you when I go.